Hey everyone, I'm back with a card share. It is actually only one card that I made, and I actually intended to make more than one, but it got very involved. So let me get started. It all started out with the products that I chose to use from the Greetery. This is a die that has candles, and right behind the candles you have little, I guess, glowing parts that she included in here. I don't know. All Aglow die. That's the name of the I think the collection that came out at that time last year. And I also have these dies as well. These are happy, the word happy. So you get, well, this set is just the narrow pieces, and then you have the base, like second layer or outline of those in a second set. So if you wanted to have, you'll see it on my card, but if you wanted to have the skinny script and then the fatter script as a background part, you would have to buy both sets. So I use that set. The stencils for coloring the candles, I use that. All Aglow stencil guide is what you're seeing here. And I actually only used stencils 1 through 4. So you could see like 5 is the black where you would have the wick. I chose to, instead of using the stencil to color the wick, I used my glaze pen, my black glaze pen, and you'll see the effect that it has because it's not just a flat black, it's like shiny. And then with the little die cuts of the circles here that are in this die right here, I cut that out of vellum. So you would get like a halo effect. So this is the vellum that I use, and it's actually from Papertrey Ink. It's their thick cardstock vellum. And I colored it first with a Copic marker. And so you can see here it's Y04 is what I used to color the vellum. Here it is. And then I die cut 12 circles because that's what you need to do all the candles in the set. I also used the All Aglow, all kinds of happy stamp set. I just used the birthday portion of it. And I also used this background stamp, which you can see looks like glowing pieces. What is it called? Sparkler background stamp. And then this one, which I don't think is part of the same collection, ticker tape background, also from the Greetery. I think those are all the items from the Greetery that I used. And then the inks that I chose to go with are the Stamp Market inks. This is the new packaging, I believe. I use these 4 colors, Cheeky and Cherry and Fresh Mint and Julep. And then I also use this Papertrey Ink Summer Sunrise. And this is used on the glowing portion of the card, so you'll see that as well. Some more stamps. I used this My Favorite Things, what is this called? Potty Time, for the May All Your Wishes Come True. And this Papertrey Ink stamp set called Sweet Celebration for this little kind of like glowing part right here. There is a stamp set from the Greetery that I didn't purchase when it came out because I had a lot of birthday stamps already, so I decided I wasn't going to purchase it. And it has something like this in the set. And because I needed to make the cards so I could give it this week, I didn't have time to wait for it to come in. So I went ahead and found something in my stash that I already had from another birthday stamp set that would, be able to fit right in. For the inside sentiment of my card, I used this die right here from IO Stamps, and this is one of Anna's Crazy Stitch set. I used this right here, you'll see it. And then I also used this large rectangle scallop from Lawn Fawn. It's both stitched on the inside and then scalloped on the outside. That's on the inside of my card. And I also used a border die. I think these might be Lawn Fawn, I'm not sure. But I used the straight edge one to repeat the scallops on my card. So I think that's it for dies and stamps. I did do some embossing, and I used this ultrafine gold embossing powder along with my Versamark to do that stamping. And for the paper, I use this gold metallic craft stock from Tim Holtz Ideology. This is the one with the gold and the silver in it. It looks like this. And that's what I cut the happy out of. And then for the base of my cards, I use the Paper Tray Ink 100 pound cardstock. This is I think it's the Basics white cardstock, and this holds up for all my bases. This is also what I use to cut the candles out of, and I cut them twice because you'll see they need to be able to stand up. And then I use this fresh mint from the Stamp Market because it would coordinate with the ink color. So that's what I used. And I also used my blending brushes. I did clean them somewhat. They're still wet, but because the stencils are very detailed, I used the smaller head stencils because I had to do some polka dots and diamonds. So I used these two for the small areas, and then these to color the actual candle bodies. So yeah. So here is my card, and you can see I used really fresh colors, and you can see the candles. They have stamping around the head of the candle where the wick is to show the little glowing part, and then there's the die cuts for the circles to glow. And then you have the vellum portion and the gold cardstock here that for the happy, and then I heat embossed the birthday part. Now, the candles were, again, I said they're cut twice because I stencil colored those candles, and then I glued another flat white card base to the back and glued the little glowing parts to that and sandwiched them in between the top layer so that they could stand up. So my card is actually one of those that stands, or I forgot, easel card is what you call it. So that's what it would look like if it was standing up. And you can see here I really like the effect that the happy has. To be able to attach the happy to the candles, I used glue dots because my glue was not going to be able to stick to the vellum. So I just used glue dots, and you can kind of, they're hidden right under where the gold portion is. So I kind of folded them up. They're really tiny glue dots, but I folded them up so that you wouldn't see them too much. And there's just like, I think 4 of them on here. And one of them is actually down here holding to this border right here. Because you can see that the only thing, because you can't really glue this and not see the glue. So the glue is actually behind the word birthday. And I used a very narrow point on my glue. And there is a glue dot also attached to this so that it could hold it in place. So that's the only thing holding this piece of vellum right here onto the front. And then this is popped up, this sentiment here, may all your wishes come true. That is heat embossed, and it's popped up on foam tape. And I did stamp the inside. My message will go up here, so to the recipient. And so when they get it, they can actually sit it up on a table and look at their little birthday card. But when it's lying flat, it's like this. So this part at the top is heat embossed. And then on the back, I have my stamp. So yeah, that's the card that I made. I actually was hoping to have made more than one, but it just got so involved. And like I said, I had to cut the candles twice so that I could make sure that they weren't flimsy. I did use thick cardstock to begin with, but with the way that this was going to stand up, I wanted them to stand up straight and not fall over or flop backwards because of the weight of the top part. And you can see with the glaze pen, the black wick really stands out, and it's really shiny. So I like that effect that it has. So anyway, that's my card. I hope you enjoyed my share, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.